Hey, now it finally popped up.
What's up, everybody?
Welcome to that intro is over already. Okay.
Welcome to the Football Boot Hour. I am Boot Wizard James here on the Boot Wizard channel, as always with my co-host Andrew from the Lockhart Boot blog, making an absolute hash of the intro, and that is completely fine. Justin is in the house first. Clippy's Collection has joined us. We are this week going to be talking about some absolute madness
Chris, I just saw your video, buddy.
That Adidas have done, which is to drop two boots within hours of each other. So we're going to talk about that, all of this week's new releases, and there is a lot of them, as well as what we've picked up this week, which in my case has actually been quite a lot. So let's get into it, I suppose. Andrew, how you doing, man? How's things?
I'm sleepy, but I'm wearing this very nice long sleeve St. Pauli third kit with Jackson Irvine on the back. Massive shout out to Indalo Boots, absolute hero. And he's got some boots for sale. Go buy some boots off him. They're not my size; they're bigger sizes, so you don't need to worry about that. But go. And
go and check them out. It is a beautiful kit. While we're talking of kits, I suppose before we get to boots, I will obviously, if you saw my video earlier in the week, I'll show off my delightful kit that arrived. Which is this one here.
So good.
Badge is ridiculous. So this is Glasgow City FC. This is very much like this was like a purchase a shirt to support a club without knowing who the club was. So it was an all-women's owned club being supported by an all-women's owned football brand. And I bought the shirt. It was make great content, mystery shirt. And this was what came. The badge is insane. There's some really cool little details across the shirt as well. I was very, very pleased with that. I decided to size up because I was like, if I'm going to get this kind of mystery thing, I don't know what brand it is. I'll get something that's a bit looser. And it turns out that these are quite loose. They are not a slim fit, as the label may say. So it is on the larger side, but that's okay. Ooh. It'll be a nice casual one to wear around. I do have my hoodie, which I also got just to match everything up. Glasgow City hoodie. It cost me a whole £5. God bless previous season sales. So that was pretty cool. And then I suppose we'll just continue along with other pickups. I've just realized how obvious it is that my headphones are horribly broken. Like, look at this. That is horrendous. There is a new pair on the way. Yes, pickups. Did you get anything in this week that you would like to share with the group? He says, prompting the.
These are ridiculous. It's a UL. The UL has always been a so good. That was like the second UL that came out in was it like 2006 or 2007? Anyways, it was like my second Mizuno boot, but I wore them into the dust. Absolutely. And these are going to be a really enjoyable review. So
nice.
My leather Predator should be showing up in a couple hours.
Just in time for the podcast to end.
Oh yeah, perfect timing.
So the UL, obviously a few people kind of concerned about the heel. I'm assuming that, is that something you're still concerned about?
I'm a bit concerned about it. We'll see how it goes when played, because obviously this is a new heel shape versus the previous ones. When I put these on my feet, it did not seem bad. So we will see how that goes. But and also Chris's Footy Kicks is in the chat. Go check out his reel he did. He's painted this gold and painted the back gold, and he's dropping gold laces to add to those little details, and it looks super classy. So
there we go. And then we can all once we've done that, we can all finish watching Chris's rant video. So do go and check that out.
James,
when we're done here.
Bust your mic up a bit.
Oh, sorry, I'm a bit quiet. Hold on a second.
Yeah, yeah.
Do 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 do. What about now? How is that better?
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Everyone happy?
yeah. So this
Da-da-da.
should be up next week. Then I'll do the leather Preds after that, and then I hope to God I actually sell some of these boots I've got on sale because yeah, that's that will be all the reviews for now.
Nice. That would be very handy to get some of that sold. I need to. I say it every week. I need to put some up for sale, but
Yeah,
got to
yeah, you do.
find the time to do it. It has got ridiculous. There's I don't know if you can. No, you probably can't. There's just like it's just got to stacks of boxes at this point. It's not even on the
Mhm.
shelves anymore. There's stacks of boxes on the floor because I've run out of shelf space, which is just
Been telling you,
ridiculous.
been telling you, man.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm absolutely not saying you're wrong. Matt Burns, Burns Boots says heel wasn't an issue for him, but it's an adjustment because mentally it took a little while for him to realize his heel wasn't going to move around or slip.
Hmm.
So that's pretty cool.
It does, or you can tell need an extra lace hole up here.
Yeah,
So
get one of those punched in easy enough, I'd say.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nice. Okay. Should we move along to
Yeah,
other pickups?
yeah.
Do you have anything else, or is it just
Nope,
the
nope,
ULs this
nope,
week?
nope.
Just the
Just
ULs.
the ULs.
Okay. So I got a variety of things this week, both old and new.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't spend too long on them, but we'll go through it. So the first one, as Matt Burns is here in the chat, Burns Boots, dropped it. That didn't go well. I have another pair
Yay.
of Asics DS Lite X Fly Pro 3. Change your name in Asics.
Yeah,
Which I bought from Matt from Burns Boots. We've spoken about these many times. I absolutely love these boots.
they're so good.
Also fairly funny that I'm talking about selling boots just as I've bought a second pair of a boot
Yeah,
I already own.
yeah. That'll happen.
That will happen. But yeah, so I have this fantastic white and blue colorway. This is basically going to become my go-to pair of these as opposed to the red pair. And this is just so good. I really love I know all of them have like a variation of this, but this particular color patterning on the
Yeah, it
blue, I
looks really
just think
cool.
looks so good. Thank you very much, Matt. Those are
Mm.
quite fantastic. Thank you as well to Justin, Texas Cleat Collector, because he's the one that actually got those to me. So thank you very much for sending those over. So my brother sent these over with a variety of. I kind of got a package from my brother of a variety of things, I got a pair of boots in there that I had forgotten existed. That happened to be with him, and he sent them over, and they're completely battered. But we have a friend who is obviously currently working on maybe fixing some old battered boots and giving them new leases of life.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a pair of Phantom Venoms
Good
in
gravy.
one hell of a state that I am going to send to our good friend and see what he can do with them. I'm essentially going to send them
Mm.
to him and be like, go nuts. Like, see what
Yeah,
you can do. It'll make sometimes broken boots are good for content. So that's the
that
intention
is
with
true.
those.
That is true.
Then we have, because of course we do.
Oh my
um,
gosh.
so we have a pair of Nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
So this was a used pair. I bought these used, an SG pair. I really wanted another pair of this colorway, the launch colorway.
Mm-hmm.
I sold my pair almost immediately after I'd got them. Just basically, keep the money coming in as you do.
Yeah, yeah,
And this colorway has kind of a different finish to a lot of the other ones.
it
It's very
does.
matte,
Mm-hmm.
very textured, and I really love that. So I found these. These cost me €12, and as you can see, like even like I
That is
always like
super.
say like the insole,
Yeah,
you can
check the
still
insole.
if the Nemesis logoing is still on there, the heel wears quite quickly in these, but it's only a little discoloration. On the whole, these are in phenomenal shape for
So his is.
€12.
Mm.
So I was like, cool, we'll have those.
Mm-hmm.
I did want an FG pair, but you know what? for €12. We will take
hard
that.
to argue.
So hard to argue. So we have the red pair in the collection now, which is nice. And then, just in case I didn't have enough, I have another pair. And yes, I already own a pair of these exact boots in this exact color, in this exact size. And now I own two. However, there is method to the madness with these. Something
Is there?
there is with this particular pair. There is something very special going to occur to this pair of boots. So these are basically brand new. These have practically not been worn. And again, got them at a very good price. But there's something very special going to happen to these, which I cannot reveal yet what that is. So once you see where, like, the end result of what happens, I think everybody's going to be absolutely blown away by what happens with these particular boots. So that's one to look out for. So that's on the way. You already know. You don't know exactly what, but you do know what. I have told you this.
Yeah.
And then finally, so I've saved the kind of the best to last. So they're all kind of like older boots, maybe small pairs of mine, some retro stuff I've bought. I also got this pair of boots in today, which is a brand new boot. Has released very recently, and it is the Ida Sports Helia. So this is their first really top-end boot. So this is the equivalent of your Nike Elite, your Adidas Elite, that kind of thing, apart from they call it a Pro. And their next tier down from this is an Elite, just to confuse everybody. But these are really nice. They've got like a mesh upper, nice and soft out of the box. The fit is good. So the Ida, if anybody who doesn't know, do a kind of like by women for women kind of thing. So all of their boots are women's fit. It's a kind of women's design team making boots for women. But I've wanted to try these for the longest time. And now they have this elite level boot. Again, big shout out to Texas Cleat Collector, because I had to get these sent to him in America to then get sent to me. It was the only way I could get hold of them. If you want to buy them, by the way, you can get them in Europe. It's just how I had to get these particular ones. And yeah, I got them. Some really cool. The texturing, I don't know how well you can see this. So the texturing is basically like these little waves. I think it's part of it's like the Ida logo, like the wave with the dot underneath. The detailing's fantastic. It's very, very cool.
That's really well done.
Like I say, it's women's fit, and usually women's fit I can't wear because they're too narrow. I can wear these, but they do have quite a pointy toe box. So they're a bit tight in this area, but they're absolutely going to be grand size-wise. But the most important thing, or the most interesting thing to me, is the outsole and these super kind of low-profile studs, all like nothing too aggressive. Even these kind of more aggressive ones, they're all rounded off. Really kind of stable outsole with a nice spring back, really well designed kind of bend point and stuff. So the outsole here is going to be very cool to look at. So I'm delighted to get these, and I can't wait to get those out on the pitch and see how
that's one I want to test as well.
For sure. I think there's I think we spoke about this before, like when I got these, when we mentioned them. I think their big problem with this boot is going to be pricing, because these do come in, I think, around €230. So getting people to commit to this boot as opposed to a Nike, Adidas, Puma, even like a Puma women's fit or an Adidas women's fit is going to be very difficult. They do have that wonderful like niche of being the, by women, for women, 100% focused on women's fit. But we have to accept that people are still going to absolutely just go for the thing with the swoosh or the thing with the stripes. Even if maybe the best thing for them is this, it's not always going to work. And I don't think, exactly. I don't think the pricing is helping them there. But so far, so good in terms of first impressions. So that was me talking an awful lot.
We need that.
I got a lot of stuff this week, which is cool after a couple of weeks of not really getting a lot. Nice. Shall we move along?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and go check out my F50 Plus review.
Oh, there we go. We
Yeah,
haven't mentioned that. Get in it.
yeah, and someone please buy these so I can keep funding the blog.
Yes, somebody now go and buy those boots, so that you can actually go and buy more boots to do more
Mm-hmm.
reviews. You get boots. The blog keeps going. Everybody wins. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
with that in mind, shall we? Is there anything in the chat there? I haven't really been looking while I've been talking.
Jake was asking what does IDA stand for?
To my knowledge, there is nothing. Like, there's not like an acronym for IDA.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. I'm willing to be proven wrong.
Yeah,
But I don't. To my
appreciate that.
knowledge, there's not actually a reason. I don't know what the reason for the name is, but it's not an acronym.
Sorry, Richard.
So that's where I'm at with that. Cool. Richard, I'm gonna need your feet to grow half a size to a full size if I'm gonna buy
Yeah,
boots.
I know.
Oh, he's gonna need your. I was
Focus.
like, I thought he was saying he needed his feet to grow half size.
No,
It was
no.
your feet to grow half size.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Look,
Uh,
the blog only subsists by having to sell stuff consistently and constantly.
yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. Should we have a look at some of the stuff that released this week? As usual, I have
Yeah.
put these in all the same named files, so we're just going to guess and
Perfect.
see what
Perfect.
comes up. Oh, handy
Hey.
enough. It's not
Yeah.
a great image. I'm very sorry about
No.
this. But that is the new limited edition Helia Phoenix Pro, which is kind of this orange and gold colorway in that boot that I've just shown you
Mm-hmm.
there. Looks really, really nice in my opinion. And I'm really impressed with what their marketing did. I don't know
Mm-hmm. That was
how many
really
people
cool.
saw this, but so obviously Taylor Swift announced her album this week, TS12,
Mm-hmm.
Life of a Showgirl, I think it's called, and all the marketing for it is orange. It's sparkly and it's orange, and it was the biggest deal. Now, obviously, the marketing team at Ida didn't know this, but as
Mm-hmm.
soon as that
What's up,
dropped and they
Alex?
had this boot dropping, Ida kind of like guerrilla marketed all of their marketing to swing it to be about like Taylor Swift and this orange launch, and it was very clever,
Yeah.
very clever.
Smart.
I was
Smart.
very smart. Well done them. So that's the Ida Helia. Where are we thinking on those on our chart? Let's pull the old tier list up to remind the people who might be new. We have a great, good, met, bad, and just plain awful. Where would we put those? Good.
I would put them in great. Actually, I really like them.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I am
I really like them a
happy to
lot.
concede. Let's go. Let's go in great. Okay. Next up for this week, here we go. We got some
Mm.
new Mizunos. This was at the very back end of last week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we had this conversation privately of chill out, Mizuno.
Yeah. It's too much. It's a good colorway, to be fair, but like,
Beautiful.
man, I mean, like they just released their black pack a few weeks ago, and that is a lot. And then like this coming out as well, like that's a lot of releases for Mizuno, and they need to chill, like hardcore chill.
I think Mizuno getting dragged into this like constant release set schedule cycle kind of situation really highlights how bad this
Bad it's
situation
gotten.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, obviously, we'll go into it in a bit, but yeah, this is not good for anybody.
No, absolutely not. Great looking boots. Really, really like them. Didn't need them. Not right
Did
now.
not did
Like,
not give it at least another month,
mm,
and it wouldn't have felt as
absolutely.
squished. But yeah, like Mizuno needs to relax and not release so many boots. Like
But I also
this
think
is
these are for
not what we need.
yeah. I also think these are forgotten now. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
UL
yeah, yeah.
dropped, like that. No, nobody's remembering those. Those are going to
Mm-hmm.
pull a Puma and just drop into sale because nobody bought them at full price, and they're just going to sit there.
Mm-hmm.
Disaster.
Yeah.
where would we rank them aside from their complete pointless nature of their release?
I'd put them in good.
I think
The
they're good
thing
as well.
I think it's funny because like people always complain about what just Mizuno boots being white but for this because the colorway is so unique, people are now like, oh, these are amazing, and it's like it's kind of funny, yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. It is very much a white and, but because it's a white and with this blue and pink, it's actually very, very interesting. It's not just another one. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, yeah, I know it's summer and it's good summer color, but in that case, they should have adjusted their release calendar. Maybe put the black ones out closer, to September or something, and then these ones put them in July.
Yeah, or they could have moved the UL release. Like, there's so many things they could have potentially done to work that out. So, no.
Oh yeah, Mizuno need to relax. What do Addy need to do?
Yeah, we're getting there, man. We're getting there. That's Boots for a Ton, by the way. Welcome, Boots for a Ton.
It is welcome.
Yeah, we're getting to Addy. Don't you worry about that. They are the. Oh, we're speaking of. That's not the one I was looking for. Neither's that. We're going to go for this one. Another, like, more releases that have just immediately been forgotten.
That Diodora is really cool as well.
It is. So it's a Diodora Match Winner L7, I think is what they called that one. Sorry, I don't have a better picture of that, but I think that's a really cool looking boot. Maybe one too many colors. Maybe could have done without the gold on the Diodora there. Maybe done that white as well. No,
I love it.
You're all
wrong. Yep.
And then obviously we have the new Haaland boots from Nike, which have immediately been forgotten about.
What are you doing, Nike?
Nobody is going to remember these.
I think it's really funny that in recent years, because of how popular the Pred has become, like any Nike release around the Pred just gets smacked down.
Yeah,
know Nike your place, peasant.
Nike, unless it's a brand new boot, the only time the Nike release can compete is if it's like the Phantom 6 when it launched and things like that, because it's brand new. But a colorway has no hope against a Predator.
And this
generally
is such a weird colorway.
It is weird, right? Like, I assume they're sticking with this, like, Force 9, kind of force of nature, Haaland vibe. This looks very much kind of, what is that, molten lava and
but then the
fire
kind of
vibe?
The marketing doesn't match with the colorway at all.
So I was going to say this, right? So I have two thoughts. One is, so I love kind of film and film presentation and filmic looks on things. And so I love a lot of that marketing that they did with the film posts and things like that. I think it's really, really cool. But at the same time, it makes no sense with the story of the boot. It's like whoever designed the story of the boot didn't speak to the person who was doing the marketing, and they both just did a different thing.
From my knowledge of how Nike works as a company, is it's basically a bunch of little companies inside a corporation that are constantly competing with each other for resources. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
But yeah, it's crazy.
DC was saying how the story of Baggio's football boots were the teams he's played for. So I
did not know that. That is cool.
I did not know that either.
Yeah, that is a very nice touch. So I suppose we should rank these two. I think that Baggio little detail there probably pushes that up into great, right?
Yeah.
I like
really,
that.
Really cool.
And the Haaland, bad? Meh?
Bad? Yeah, bad works for me. Yeah.
I feel like the marketing disconnect puts it into bad. And I know they haven't really sold this idea that it is an elemental force. They haven't put that in the marketing. They haven't spoken about it.
Freaking.
But it's so clear
King
on
Kong.
the boots that was the intention. And I do like the rework of the logo though. Substance Football did a great video on this where he was talking about how the logo itself is like the 9 pieces that all come together. It's a smart logo, and I think Sub did a great job breaking that down. Bad for the Nikes. and great for the Baggios. I think that's completely fine. Which then leads us to the last two boots of the new releases, which is also our topic for this week, which is the Predators and their ridiculous releases. So let's get the Preds kind of up on screen one at a time. So we had this, which is the leather Predators. This was Obsidian Strike. Is that the name?
Yes.
Which is a cool name.
It's a very cool name.
With a black leather Predator. They should be ticking all the boxes here. The first problem for me is, well, what the hell is that tongue in silver?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it looks good.
I disagree.
But it should have been red. Well, it should have been red.
Yeah, I like the concept where they're like, oh, we're going to take the black, white, red, and we're going to update it a bit, and we're going to use maybe silver instead of white. That's cool. Do that. But then the tongue should still be red, because the tongue was always red to start with.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think that would have made a huge difference to the presentation of this boot. So, and it is leather, and that is the huge selling point. There's basically this year's Rotero. By all accounts, is essentially the same as the Rotero, just with a different SL rubber fin. And I think everybody who gets that is going to absolutely adore it.
Yeah, mine, of course, are not showing up until after the podcast. So
of
awesome.
Course, naturally, we'll have them for next week. Yeah. So just from a pure, without getting too into the weeds just yet, we'll rank it. So where I feel like we're going to disagree here. Where would you like to rank this?
I'm putting great.
I disagree.
Are you going to say meh?
I am, yeah. 100%.
Okay, we'll compromise and put it in good.
Compromise and going good? Yeah, that seems fair. Democracy.
If people find out that you've said meh, people might lose their minds.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking to my convictions. And then, a mere matter of hours later, I believe it was like 8 hours later, Adidas announced this. Now, this doesn't officially release until the 19th for sale in most places around the world. But 8 hours later, they announced this.
Yeah.
Again, without getting too into the weeds, we have the brand new Beckham Predator. This one is not leather. This is a standard with the pink colorway. Normally, I would be all about a David Beckham pink boot.
Yep.
I don't love this.
Yeah, it's kind of hurt itself. It hurt itself in its confusion.
Yeah, I don't really like this, and I really should.
That's a good point. Justin was saying, like, Beckham's brand logo on the tongue would have been a better way to go.
Do you feel like they're moving away from that? Because even if you look at like the presentation of the marketing, what pops up at the end of the marketing isn't the Beckham logo with Beckham. It's the Adidas 3 stripes with Beckham in this like particular font underneath it. I have a feeling that they've decided to move away from that Beckham logo, which
Justin
I think is a shame.
He thinks it's a licensing thing.
But surely Addy owned the license for it. Like it's Addy's
but it's
logo.
Also Beckham. Who knows?
But Beck's is like, I don't understand, but he's all part. He's the market. Like he's in the marketing campaign.
Yeah,
you know.
Who knows?
Who knows? It could be. But yeah, my general thoughts on the boot is I just don't. It just isn't working for me, and it should be everything that I want in a Predator, and it's just not ticking my boxes.
Justin, it's the same thing. Why you don't get his name on United jerseys anymore?
But didn't United do that with all of the so like you can't like I think that's you can't get Beckham, you can't get like you can't do Cantona, you can't do there's all these players that you can't do anymore. It'd be interesting to find out if we could
Yeah.
one way or the other. Here we go. Interesting. So DC, Boots Return, he did a poll and 79% loved this. Not for me either. Maybe tongueless would have been better. So I don't think you can do tongueless as the launch, at least because it's Beckham. But I do agree. I think that this would look a lot better without the tongue.
Yeah. Yeah. There won't be any uptake for the leather Predators, by the way. That's kind of an off thing. The pink Predator seems like, because like Pedri's wearing the pink already.
Oh yeah, all the pros are going to be in this. Russo's in this, Pedri's in this. Who else is there's 2 or 3, like 4 or 5 players have all gone into this, not the leather one.
I think it looks better on feet than just in the photos, to be fair. But
I agree. I do agree.
That sample pair that a lot of us seen has got a bit more white on the toe, and I think that makes it look a bit better.
Mm-hmm. So in terms of just pure looks, if we want to like rate it before we start ranting about the...
You're going to put it in May, aren't you?
I am, yeah, 100%. That's exactly how I feel.
I'll go May. That's fine.
Yeah. So I've now upset everybody that wanted to buy any of these Preds this week, because they're all going to be like, oh, you put the leather one in Meh, and then everyone who wanted the pink one, you put the pink one in Meh.
It's James. We know occasionally with some stuff, like some leather boots, you just kind of
black boots particularly,
black boots.
Yeah, it's black
and
boots.
this is well known. It's like Justin telling people they should pick up the edge. People know when to kind of just like say like, okay, Grandpa, let's get you back into the home.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's something about black boots that doesn't sit right with me.
We totally forgot there was a Puma release.
Oh, hold on, I've got an image of that. Did I put it up? Hold on, I did. Hold on. I do have it. Here it is. Yeah, so we'll talk about it while I just pull that up. I did create an image for that, but I didn't put it up. So it's the Puma Player Makers release, isn't it? Which is essentially a version of the Creativity Pack, which looks an awful lot like the orange Creativity boot that we had previously, apart from it is red and blue. I think this falls under standard Puma practice of it's quite good, the colorway. I don't dislike it, but it's another Puma release, so...
Puma. Good. Like, yeah, that looks really cool.
Cool boot. Didn't need
really
it.
Cool.
Don't care.
I could not care less at this point. It goes in bad. Put it away.
Fine.
If they hadn't had any of these releases in the preceding, 5 weeks in a row now, we could have looked at this and said, that's a really cool drop. But instead, we're now week 5 of a weekly Puma release. And
yeah.
Oh, yeah, and there was the Pulisic.
We covered that like a week ago. Did we cover that? It's the red one. Yeah. The red Pulisic. We covered that one already. Because we almost missed it on 1 week because it had just dropped. And then we covered it, and then so we did cover the Pulisic, which is again was another one that's quite nice, but they're dropping a boot every week. Every week there is a Puma boot. And
he's had that. He's had that documentary come out too, where he's just basically come out firing at, U.S. players from the past for criticizing him, and it's just like, yeah, that's not going to do well for you. You're already under a lot of heat, buddy, and you should probably. I mean, but it's a documentary. They need selling points. They're going to poke him. They're going to poke him in the balls, so to speak, to make him angry. So
exactly. Those going bad, not because they are bad, but because it's another Puma release, and I just don't care. They need to chill the hell out.
You would be sitting there spraying it with water constantly.
Bad cat, stop. Anyway, back to the Beckhams, which I suppose that does kind of lead nicely into this idea of too much, too fast, too soon. What on earth were they thinking? Dropping two boots. So they dropped one for sale and then 8 hours later announced the next one.
Like,
What?
like, was there a timing they had to meet? Like, you could have at least, you surely could have, like, maybe if the Beckham one was supposed to come out at a certain time, great. Then shuffle the leather one out to later.
So this is how I feel, right? So the leather one is clearly not going on the feet of pros. That's not
Yeah.
the inline boot. The Beckham one is seems to be a huge push. There's full marketing campaigns. All the big names are
Mm-hmm.
in it. So that's the one to push. So it's the start of the season. The Premier League season is basically today. So you put it out and you do this big marketing push on it. Fine. Drop the leather one in 2 weeks' time, like
Yeah.
a month's time. Like, just wait. I didn't need the leather one on the same day.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like immediately, like, for some people, the leather one gets buried. People are not going to buy both.
no. Like, absolutely. Like, even so, here we go. So, our friend Trev Dunphy,
Mm-hmm.
he's not bought either of them, I don't think.
Which is
And that
wild.
is shocking. Like, Trev, who had every single colorway of the 24, has not
Mm-hmm.
bought either of these because he's gone, I'll wait till the leather goes on sale. And the Beckham pink, I don't think he particularly likes. So he's just like, yeah, not for me.
That
Like,
yeah, that's a sign.
it's damning, right? Like,
When a
if
guy bases, like, that's the only boot he gets.
he only
When
buys
guys
Predators and he only wears them.
yeah, when someone only wears Preds and they go, "Nah, I'm good for right now," you've messed up
Yeah,
massively.
you have screwed that up. I'm trying to
Mm-hmm.
find it. I put something on my story. I can't. Yeah. Okay. It wasn't even 8 hours. So because I put it on my story because I basically counted it at the
Mm-hmm.
time. And so I shared onto my story the initial tease of Beckham dropping the boots into the pink paint,
Yeah,
pulling them back up again. To which my comment underneath was, "Did someone at Adidas forget they dropped a boot 6 hours ago?"
yeah.
There was a 6 hour gap between the launch of the leather and the
Justin, you're
announcement
not
of the
normal,
Beckham.
man. Justin's
What,
just saying he's gonna get both. Justin, you're not normal.
dude?
You're one of
Dude.
us. You're one of us. So that's how you know you're not normal in the
Yeah,
first
like
place. But
by saying we're not normal, we don't mean like you're weird to us. I just mean that like you are not a normal person like us.
yeah. Oh no,
Oh,
no. He's weird like us. So I absolutely expected him to do something like this.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I saw your comment. You say, like, think of it as a leather pred in a synthetic colorway, a limited release for both markets, similar to Precision Plus and Precision One. But the thing is, that
I
was
think that
one
is,
style.
but yeah, I think that is stretching. That is finding an excuse for Adidas. That
Mm-hmm.
is, had they dropped a pink leather pred and a pink synthetic pred,
Yeah,
fine,
totally fine.
like no bother. But to drop that is two distinct boots with two
Mm-hmm.
distinct sets of marketing, and yeah, that is doing Adidas a huge favor by making, like, it's like when you watch your favorite TV show and there's a giant plot hole and you're there like defense of the indefensible. You're finding like hoops to jump through to justify why that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there is any way that this makes sense. And so to in from a bigger picture point of view, what are we at now? 12 or 14 Preds for the year?
15, I thought.
15 Preds for the year.
Yeah.
God damn. And so we are close to 2 a month.
Yeah. Like, I put something in our group chat, like, you could eliminate more than half the colorways and people would be fine.
Nobody would have cared.
Nobody would have
Nobody would
cared.
have cared.
No.
You could have
It's
made
just,
less, created less waste, created less stuff going into
that
outlets, into landfill. You'd have done more for your brand. The perception of the Predator, the prices would have stayed higher.
yeah.
And instead you just got such a panic about being the most talked about thing that day that you
Yeah.
drop a boot every 2 weeks on average.
It's so dumb. Like, I will applaud these brands for, like, I think Addy is up to 30% recycled materials in their boots now. That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. But it doesn't make a bloody bit of difference if you're releasing boots constantly.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the
Like
US, 95% of all footwear winds up in landfills.
that's
That is
mad.
obscene.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my our Jorma, well-known collector, and I was talking
Mm,
about this, and Jorma is also a he is the head designer for a running shoe company that's trying to become circular, and he um I was telling him how, like, I saw an article about like how eco-friendly shoes aren't saving the planet, it's just killing it slower. But the thing is, like, yeah, sure, the best idea is to not make anything, but at the same time, if boots don't like this do not exist in the space, brands don't feel pressure to do better.
yeah,
And it's like you're getting mad at the wrong people. Don't get mad at them for coming out with stuff. Get mad at Addy, get mad at Puma for constantly saying we want to be greener, blah 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 blah, and then you turn around and release a billion different boots every year. Like,
absolutely.
we could cut, I reckon we could probably cut the amount of releases by 75 to 80%, and it would make no difference.
Yeah. Like, but I don't think, and this is part of the problem. I know, again, we've just made the point with Justin. We are a bit different, and the
Yeah.
people who are in this chat are a bit different because at whatever time of day they're at, you guys have come to chat to us about football
Hmm.
boots on a podcast. So, we love you for that, but you're a bit different. um,
Hmm.
but the vast majority of people do not care. They do
Yeah.
not care enough. And a boot every 2 weeks, they don't care. All you're doing is making them forget about the last boot that was released so you can pop something else out.
Yeah.
The environmental impact is massive and unnecessary for the sake of what really is nothing, for the
Pointless.
sake of nothing more than a bit of marketing. And what you could do is, instead of releasing a new boot every 2 weeks, why not refresh your marketing after 2 weeks? So
Yeah.
you drop your Beckham boots on, like, today, whenever, and then in 2 weeks time do something interesting with those boots. So have
Hmm.
your initial marketing, and then in a couple of weeks time, here's an idea, right? So in a couple of weeks' time, and you don't actually have to, do anything different for this. You get that same idea of the marketing campaign where Beckham's dunked his boots in pink, right, and come out with them.
Hmm.
In 2 weeks' time, take all your pros that are wearing them, your top end pros, and you get them to do something similar with like a section of the boot and give them all like a paint splat effect across the front of the boot or something
Hmm.
along those lines. So then, like, but don't announce it. Do it so that all of a sudden on the pitch, all of your pros have got, like, a different color. Like, all of a sudden Russo's got like a blue toe to her boot,
Mm.
and Pedri's got like a red toe to... What's going on? And then the next day you can do this whole big marketing campaign where all of your pros have like dipped their toes, or every time they score get them to dip their boots and give them a boot or something. Just do something around the marketing without having to release a brand new boot 2 weeks
Hmm.
later, or in this case a
But,
day later.
well, with that though, the only problem is if they do that, you're going to then expect player colorways for everything because that's how they've trained the audience.
Mm,
And the other thing I have that's frustrating is because, like, people will come out and say things like, well, if you don't agree with it, don't buy it. Vote for with your wallet.
vote with your
But
wallet,
then
yeah.
this just does the same things that oil companies and these big polluters have been doing for years, which is push it onto us, make it an individual thing when it's
Yeah,
not. It's an industry thing. This,
it's
like,
like, yeah. Sorry,
we're
go.
getting pushed to constantly consume, 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 buy stuff constantly. But this isn't on us. This is how they've trained us. It starts with these massive corporations. If you want there to be less product, if you want there to be better environmental practices, it's not down to you. Um, freaking. Here's an example. Belgium Airlines flies 300 empty flights like a month, so they can
Mm.
keep their time slots. But thank God I remember to recycle one plastic bottle.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's
and
it's absurd. It's the same thing with these companies. Oh, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. But that doesn't stop these companies from doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I think like, I agree with you, and there's this whole movement where yes, we should be recycling. Of course, we should.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
we should do everything that we can in those areas, and I obviously will continue to do that. But somebody coming along and collecting my recycling bin on a Friday is not having the impact that Adidas could have by cutting a colorway out.
Mm-hmm.
Like the difference between those two things is enormous. Yeah, absolutely. I'll do my part, but the companies have to take responsibility. They have
Absolutely.
to. And unfortunately, the Adidases, the Nikes of the world, etc., are so big that they're basically immune to government pressure, and they'll just
Mm-hmm.
continue to do whatever they please, which comes back to our whole point of you literally drop two boots 6 hours apart from each other.
Yeah, it's like
Like,
chill. Justin makes a good point. The Pred 24 FE screwed up the way brands think. Adidas couldn't keep that up if they wanted to. They started to think that that should now be the norm. And absolutely, you're right. Like they just now think like, well, it's because we've done it before. We should
yeah,
keep doing it. But like, Nike did this with some of the vapors in the past where you'd have like, well, at the time was a lot. You'd have
yeah,
like
wouldn't be these
15,
days, but at the
yeah,
time,
yeah,
yeah,
you'd have like 12 colorways a year, like one every month. And every time there's a drop, there had to be two colorways. And this was this, Nike admitted this to me that this is what they were trying to do to make sure they were always in the conversation. But it's like,
yeah.
you don't need to do that. You want to stay in the conversation, make good boots, make a good story.
Make a good story, yeah, and continue to tell that story. Like it's an interesting place where brands have got to, because even just as a YouTuber, right? So the general concept, and it doesn't work quite as well for a reviewer, but as a person on YouTube, a good way to get people to continue to watch your videos, which is what YouTube wants you to do, is you have to be a
Mhm,
good storyteller. You have to get people to like buy into the story. Be the same for you as a writer, right? You're
mhm.
getting people to buy a story and want to continue to read that story as you go through.
Yeah.
So brands completely lost this for a long time, where essentially the marketing all went out the window. We have seen a return to some good marketing this year, from
Mhm,
Nike, from Adi. They've done some really good marketing, but
yeah.
now what we're doing is we're putting that money into the marketing, but we're not telling the story. Like
Mhm,
the Harlan boots are a good example. There's no story there. It's just here's some marketing. They could have tied that to a whole bunch of stuff, and they could have spun that story over a period of time. And I think with the
mhm.
Beckhams is even more important for that to have a story. And there is the opportunity for story there. They have included Beckham, where he's spoken about, various things, and he put it up on his Instagram, which is great. But tell that story over a period of time. They did a quite good job with the 20. It was luck, but with the 24 Trent Alexander Arnold kind of
Yeah.
boots when we were looking at that before they were released and stuff, because he was scoring the free kicks, right? So that's
Mhm.
given you this kind of story to go to work with. So surely there's something they can build. So surely you can tell the story and you can do better rather than just being like essentially admitting our marketing's bad, our storytelling's bad, so we're just going to have to drop a brand new product every 2 weeks to keep people interested.
But
Our boots
it's
aren't good enough.
so, yeah, that's basically what you're telling people is we don't have confidence in our product. It's a thing we've knocked Puma on for
We've knocked
ages
Puma on this for so long.
because they drop a new boot every 6 months, like a brand new style. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like now other brands are like they're not doing it with styles yet, but they're doing it with colorways and stuff. And Justin makes a really good point. Again, Justin normally actually makes good points. We gotta give him
He
credit.
does. We rag on Justin, but he
We
he
rag
makes
on
some good
Justin, but
points.
he knows. But like Sokito is proof, you need a good product to be a headliner and stay in combo. And they keep talking about their product
Yeah,
because they know, because one of the things is like they know they're not going to drop a billion colorways. So the colorway that does launch, these they go in depth. They
and there
have
was
they
the
just dropped
story
a
for that
thing
was
with player
great.
interviews and stuff. Yes, the
Yeah,
story was really cool. You know, they had lots of little teases. They got it on the feet of players, and people put two and two together, and then like they did their little thing where it's like, hypothetically, would you have your hair cut a
Yeah,
certain
well,
way?
that was
And it's like,
very
yeah.
fun.
And this isn't difficult marketing, but they've got their heads screwed on straight, and they're thinking like, how do we tell a story that doesn't just last for a day or two, but we can keep
Yeah.
going for several weeks?
Yeah, because that video that they dropped was really good. I really enjoyed that video of the guy being in the barbers and then being out on the pitch. That was a really great video. But then they followed that up. They followed that up with the text message post of how would you feel about getting your haircut? Like, it was smart. So like that conversation has continued. Those taquitos have been in the conversation now confidently for about 3 weeks, from the tease to the unboxing launch to the on feet launches to everything they've done. Like you say, the player interviews, they've kept that taquito relevant for about 3 weeks. And one of the reasons they've managed to do it is exactly what Justin says there. It's the fact that it is one good product with one good colorway that's not released all the time. So it's an event when that colorway releases. And that boot has been spoken about for 3 straight weeks easily.
Yep. Yeah.
If Sakito can do it.
Yeah, a couple of good. I mean, Josh makes a good point about there's no red tape at Sakito compared to Adi and Nike, but
that's a good point, Josh. Yeah,
that's a really good point, and it does hark back to my earlier point about Nike being a bunch of small companies fighting each other for resources inside a giant corporation.
Yeah,
but at the same time, like, don't release so many boots, and then you don't have to worry about the red tape.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Jake Bull makes a great. This is perfect. If I was Puma, I wouldn't have any confidence with my boots. So
I did notice. Sorry, go on. Yeah, it's a good point.
No. Yeah.
So I saw, I think it was a short that Josh put up, SR4U, recently. He's been doing this kind of like mini short series where he's like the best 3 boots and the worst 3 boots of like the last 10 years for each brand. He's been working 3 different brands. Sorry. And he did Puma, and I think 2 of his 3 worst boots were like basically within the last 2 years. Like there was the Current Future.
Amazing.
There was like the King from like 3 years ago. It's recent stuff. Like it's like this stuff is recent and it's bad, which is telling.
And Puma was one of the first companies to come out and say, we're making too much product, there's too many colorways, there's too much waste, blah, blah, blah. But that's how it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
They just want to, it's just like Nike, you can't track Nike executives' flights now because they've made the flight logs private. Because ProPublica came out and was like, oh yeah, Nike, on top of firing their environmental compliance team, is it shows they're doing like the whole Taylor Swift thing where you're taking like a 10-minute flight. Like that could have been a car ride.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of Taylor Swift, I do think that I referenced it earlier, but I think she did obviously, I know she's a huge deal and people are literally hanging on every word that she says. But part of the reason for that is because she's phenomenal at marketing, or her team is anyway. And all the little teases she leaves and all the little kind of clues that lead up to the next thing, like to the next album, to the next tour, and people wait for it and they see it. I don't understand why brands can't do that. Like, how much hype would you get if a brand made a website, gave people a link to it in some like interesting way, put it on, put a QR code in a wall in London, like just do like put QR codes in random places all over the place, and it just led to a website with a countdown, a 7-day countdown on it. How much hype would that build? And how simple is that? Like, I realize you can't do it every time, but come on.
But for this to work well, you have to have less product on the market.
You have to have less, because if you have a 7-day countdown, and you drop 2 boots within the period of that 7-day countdown, you've undercut your entire message in the first place.
Oh, Alex brings up a good point. Is that not what the glitch marketing tried to do?
Yeah. Yeah.
but the thing with the glitch is I don't think the product is very interesting. I don't think it fully delivered on what people are wanting, but it was a good
No, but
idea, I think,
I
overall.
I think a modular football boot is a fantastic idea, and I just think it needed to be delivered better. And I would lo-
Jake, Jake,
I'd love to see it.
Jake saying Puma just need to shake it off. That's good. That's good. We
Nicely
like
done,
that. We like that.
nicely done. Taylor Swift
But yeah,
references.
I mean, yeah. Richard pointed out earlier. There's 4 color releases in 11 months for the Sokito, and they even did 2 colorways at once, and it didn't matter because they had spread it out enough to where when they released, they're all white and they're all black. People are like, "This makes sense,"
Yeah,
rather
I
than
think.
like, "Oh, bloody hell, 2 colorways."
Yeah, see, I think the key to the blackout and the whiteout was how long they left it after that, rather than
Yeah.
the before, because it was reasonably quick between launch and black and white. But I think that
Mhm.
makes perfect sense because you want to get your blackout and especially a company like Sakito, you want to get your blackout and your whiteout out ASAP because
Mhm.
that's what people want. I do personally think they could have skipped the whiteout altogether because of what the launch colorway was, but anyway, blackout, whiteout, completely fine. And then after that, they didn't drop anything for a long while. Like there
Yeah.
wasn't anything for a
They just
good
left
while
it.
after that. Just let it do its thing. I think,
And the
and
blackout and all the colors are still available. The blackout and the whiteout just seems to be doing this thing we've asked for, like launch them and just leave them.
but the thing is, they've sold out at least twice, and they
Yeah,
just
they have.
restock them. Like the
Yep.
whiteout has sold out at least twice, and they're just
Hmm.
like, and here's some more.
We'll bring in more. Yeah.
Like, let me bring some more now. Like, how
Managing
hard is
Taylor.
that?
I like this. Managing Taylor Swift is Nike has 45,000 Taylor Swifts in the market in a way. Yeah, but it's still one colorway is the problem. It's
Yeah,
like how you. Yeah.
I see the point. Like it, but you could treat one line like one Taylor Swift. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but I do understand the point. Like, yes, it's one Taylor Swift as opposed to Nike trying to market it for every single top end product that they have. And of course, they're a company that does. They have running shoes, and then they're not only marketing football boots; they're marketing jerseys.
Mhm.
All this kind of stuff as well.
But
Um,
it's similar to the thing like I'm in a chat full of Derby County supporters, and we are talking about how nice it was back in the day, like when you could do 2 years with the same kits.
2 years with a jersey, how hard is that? Like,
Yeah,
it's just money, greed.
yeah. It's and like the thing is like the designers seem overworked.
Hmm.
They're constantly having to do tons of different stuff, and like every once in a while, especially with kits, you can tell if they have like just have zero fucks given.
Oh, the classic template kit. Like, oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like it's like Addy. Okay, Arsenal clearly have a good design team.
Hmm.
Then you get a design team on Man United, a design team on Real Madrid, and then everybody else gets the template. Like but
Yeah,
yeah, and
the leagues. Josh is right. The leagues do need a battering for that one as well.
mhm. Absolutely, absolutely. But I think brands still have to take responsibility. Brands and clubs, like he is right. Like the reason it happens is because it was allowed to happen. But brands and clubs have to take responsibility. There are clubs that are allowing their kits to run for 2 years. There are a few clubs who've been like, oh, we're going to run our home shirt for 2 years. But it made sense. You run your home shirt for
Yeah,
2 years. You run your away shirt for 2 years, and they're interchangeable. So you get a different one every other. And then now we've got, okay, third shirts have always been around, but you've got fourth shirts, you've got
hmm
Champions League shirts, you've got
hmm
warm up tops, you've got training tops, you've got like, it's like
yeah.
Christ.
Like Alex, I see where you're coming from. Greed for sure, but also the consumer base is shifting. New young customers want something new ASAP. It's the attention span issue. But brands created this.
Yeah.
They created all of this with everything. And the other thing is you have the rise of bloke core and bloquette core right now. So it's people buying kits to wear with their normal clothes.
Mm,
So instead of
absolutely.
just supporters wanting the newest and greatest things, you have people going into thrift stores buying old kits and
Hmm.
matching it up with their clothes. So it's like, and like, I don't know, man. Like,
but the brands have
people
promoted
are
that
going
as well.
broke.
Like,
Yeah.
I've literally seen so from last year, I want to say last year's summer, I've seen Nike's internal marketing campaign or marketing pushes, like what was important and what they were going to do. And above the football boots for that summer was the shirts, and it wasn't just shirts. It wasn't anything to do with shirts to fans. It was shirts to your average individuals, particularly women, as fashion. It was like, how do we sell this fashionable shirt? Which again, I think is fine. Like, you obviously want to do that, but you've got to do it in a way where, again, it's responsibility. They do have to have like responsibility. And to Alex's point, I absolutely agree. Consumers want something new every other day, and definitely an attention span thing. However, I think you can hold that attention span without new product if your product is good enough, interesting enough, and that story we've talking about, is told well enough.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need a new product every 2 weeks.
Like, I love all the new Darby kits, and I will probably pick up all three because I'm like that. But at the same time, we're Darby. Do we need a third kit? Like, I'd like to believe my club is as big as I want it to think it is. I know we're not a massive club, but like, we're a championship team. We're like, hopefully this season we'll just be a mid-table championship team. We don't need the third kit.
Yeah.
We don't need we don't need, like, it's fine if you want to give the players a pre-match top and a training top different. That's fine. But you don't need to release two.
Yeah.
We don't need that. We're not that big of a club.
David Hall here makes a decent point on the. See, I think this is really smart to tap into the whole like culture of what's happening right now. But it is another product, and it's the cropped jerseys. Arsenal and Man United both have a cropped. I think both of them have a cropped third jersey.
Yeah,
and it's so smart from a general like.
Oh yeah, that's
fashionable point
smart.
of view, because how many women do you see going to games who are cropping their own tops, rolling their own tops, anything like that? You're now going to sell a cropped version of the top. Genius. Genius.
Yeah.
But chill out. But I'm not even mad at that. It seems like a product that people want. Like,
I understand. Like, Darby needs the money. We absolutely do, and that's fine. But like, surely you can make other products besides just kits. And that's all this chat is. Brands are making money. Until they stop making money, they're not going to stop. It's supply and demand. But like, I don't even think it's that. Look at Puma. They're still producing a shit ton of product. They're not selling crap. Like, I can pick up a current model Future 8 for more than 50% off already.
Yeah.
I can pick up the new Ultras already for like 30% off. They just released. It's like, what these brands do is, like, Nike will absolutely over-release product. They'll take it back from retailers and then destroy it and write it off as a tax write-off.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They use this as tax write-offs. So like,
I think I think there's definitely an element of supply and demand. There has to be. Like, of course.
I'm not dismissing it completely.
But I think you're absolutely right. There is clear evidence in the discounts, the depth of the discounts, and the speed of the discounts that is showing that product is not selling. Like, the product is not selling. And I think brands are more interested in being relevant, spoken about, and being part of the conversation, to drop an Alexander Hamilton musical reference, to be in the room where it happens.
You only went like a month and a half ago to that or something.
I think it was nearly a year ago now.
Oh, was it a year ago? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was.
You're not letting that go, are you?
Oh, I've seen it so many times. I've watched that show so many times. Like, not like I've seen it live. I've watched it. I've killed the soundtrack. My cat's named Hamilton. Love that show.
That's right.
But anyway, but yeah, they feel like that need, and I think that drives a lot of what goes on outside of just pure supply and demand. And then there's the complete lack of accountability, their refusal to accept any responsibility for what they're actually doing.
Yeah, Tracker, I'm a massive Stereophonics fan. I've been listening to her music since you could get it off cereal boxes as samples in like 97.
Oh dear.
Stereophonics is way better than Puma. Sorry.
Okay, we are up over an hour today, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it's one of those days where Andrew and I will sit here and rant about this all evening.
Yeah, we can.
So please do get your comments if you're watching this on the catch up. Put your comments down there. Let us know what you think. I think this is a really interesting topic. We should get an awful lot of interaction. You guys in the chat, thank you very much for joining us. It has been much appreciated. And what we'll do is we will switch over to a little members only chat now. I say this every week, but we're going to try and do it for like 15 minutes.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see how that goes every single week. But we appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Go and check out Andrew's F50 Plus review, which is up on the not on the podcast, on the blog now, lockoutbootblog.com. You can also find Andrew at lockoutbootblog on Instagram. And of course, you are here on the Boot Wizard YouTube channel. So do remember to get subscribed, like the video.
You did say high quality tracker.
and check out all of the fun things I have been dropping.